What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler Guy here, and welcome to another episode of Make It or Break It. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're actually going to compare this Lepin TIE Fighter against the real thing. So the real thing's on the left, the Lepin one's on the right. I did not get the box because they charge you a bunch more for shipping with it. This is worth about 18 US, so it'll be interesting to figure out the quality on this. And I'm just going to let you guys know right now, this is a complete rip-off. This definitely doesn't make it. We will be doing a 10-foot drop test with this set. And I wanted to center in on this. And if you guys have any other ways you'd like me to destroy it, let me know in the comments. This is hilarious. Look at this in the top right corner. They literally put fake actors. I don't know why they did that. I guess they could do that for copyright. Just so you guys kind of see what it looks like on the real box. This is what it's supposed to look like. So they literally hired knockoff actors to do this. That is insane. I just wanted to mention that before I forget. I got a huge kick out of that. Anyways, this should be interesting, but enough talk. Let's get right into it. And to begin, I just wanted to give you guys my impressions of the bag and how it kind of feels. So it just feels greasy. Like whenever I get these fake sets, a lot of times the bags just feel greasy. Like there's no other way to describe it. There's just a grease to it. Now, unfortunately, these are not numbered bags. So, you know, like we get with LEGO a numbered bag, they do not give you that with these. So it will take a little bit longer to build this up. Once it's built up, we'll obviously look at it, compare it, and then do the drop test. I'll show off the manual actually. So actually, it seems like it's pretty close to LEGO. I mean, it feels a little different. We got the Space Wars. Wonder what it's trying to be. And again, I just get such a kick out of this. I mean, look at that Wookiee. Look at Chewbacca. He looks terrible. But anyways, interesting. They have all the fake sets lined up that you can choose from. Yeah. Anyways, here it is. They kind of it is somewhat similar to a LEGO one. I mean, I think their instruction manuals have improved. As much as fake LEGO's wrong, I think they're doing a better job, especially in this case, because it's just a complete rip-off again. But anyways, pretty interesting. The manual's not terrible condition, I will say. Let's build her up, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Okay, so here we have the two models. So guess which one's the real one and which one's not? I'll tell you guys, it's the one on the left is LEGO. It is kind of hard to see what on camera the difference is, but I'm going to try my best to show you guys, just because when you have them in hand, you can tell the difference. A couple things I wanted to mention with the fake one is you get a black stud remover, which I thought was interesting. It's not orange. And then the other thing is the minifigs generally come completely disassembled, like their arms, their legs, their hands, everything's off. With these ones though, they actually had them together like a normal LEGO man. Like if you get in the package where, you know, has the legs, torso, head, helmet, it was exactly like a LEGO set. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did not expect that. But yeah, let's now break them down. Let's first off start with the fake one. And to start, let's give you a 360 view of what this guy kind of looks like. By the way, if you guys like where I'm reviewing, let me know. I just had to review it in this area for once, just because the other area is occupied. Yeah, so anyways, we're going to review in here. Anyways, very nice looking TIE Fighter, even though it is fake. Now, a couple knocks, I will say. If you notice the printing on here on the side, it's all jaggedy. It's supposed to be straight on. I'll show you the LEGO one, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's supposed to be nice angles like that. They do not have that with the fake one, unfortunately. I will say though that the TIE Fighter, the real one, was retailing for 70 US, whereas this one is only 18 US. So there's a difference. As you saw, that stud shooter just came out. So you know what? That's kind of demonstrate how those kind of work. They work really bad. I'll attempt to shoot it off. Show you guys. Oh, that actually worked not bad. So one of them actually works not bad. The other one doesn't even want to keep it in. And I can't shoot it off. So there is some issues with this TIE Fighter. The printing on the top, however, is nice. But the model itself is not that terrible. Like, this is probably the best fake set I've ever reviewed. I will show you the windows. So that's another part. It's just little clips. The way things shoot, it just tends to stick way too hard on the fake set. I'll show you inside. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it is a fake Lego set. It's almost 1/4 of the real price. But anyways, it's not terrible. It's just not great. Building it, it's also kind of a greasy model. But the ship itself, I mean, besides the stud shooters, as I try to repair this, the window not exactly working correctly, you know, the printing is not correct. It's not a terrible model. I mean, it's just, there's some flaws with it, and it is kind of greasy. I don't know how to quite explain that. It just is. But the model itself, it's not terrible. It's just, there is quite a few flaws with it. Let's now take a look at the real Lego. And we won't spend too long on this, just because you all own Lego sets most likely, and you know what the quality level is. So as you can see, again, nice printing, no issues there. You try to remove the window, bang, it comes right down, does not stick. I mean, yeah, this is what you want. If you want to shoot it off, we all know how flick fire missiles work. Actually shot the fake TIE fighter. There's a little bit of animosity happening, boys. Anyways, it just works great. It is a Lego set, right? Like, that's what you want. Another thing, well, let's actually compare them side by side. This is what they kind of look like. So there's not a huge difference with the way they look, just, you know, besides the areas that we mentioned. I will say the window's probably a little bit clearer on the Lego set as opposed to the fake one. I don't know. Anyways, that's what they look like. Those are the differences. The biggest differences we're going to find with this set, though, and here they are. So, I mean, if you don't tell the difference, I don't know what I don't know what you're going to be able to tell. Like, just look at these two guys. The fake one isn't terrible, but just look at the amount more detail on the Lego one. Like, you know, the red printing's nowhere to be found. This helmet mold's actually not completely correct. It's actually... That's from the 2008 ATSD. That's when that piece was introduced. The headgear is wrong. The head is completely wrong. The torso, like, look at the amount of difference in detail. Like, it's just, the torso is completely wrong. Like, anyways, it's not great. Like, this is probably the worst one out of the four, though. So I will give this set that. Also, the cape printing is a little bit different. Obviously, you see it's a little bit more bluish here. On the real Lego version, it's a little bit more gray. So there's a lot of differences going on. Another thing too is that, you know, it's a typical Lepin set. Like, the pieces stick. It's just not ideal. I mean, some of the things move not too bad, but other things are too stiff, and then other things are too loose. It's just, yeah, like, Lego's just so much smoother. But anyways, let's take now a look at the next two minifigs and compare them. One more thing I wanted to mention, though, with the first batch is they do have two faces. So this is just so you guys can kind of see. It's just like all the extra little detailing is not on the fake minifig. Like, you know, the little angles and whatnot to kind of replicate a face. And then here's the other side. So you can just tell the difference. Yeah. Anyways, let's now move on again to the next batch of minifigs. We have Tobias Beckett. So, as you guys can see, again, the coloring is off on the fake one, just too bluish, whereas on the left, which is the real Lego man, you know, it's just a little bit toned down. The face is just a little bit more sharp than the fake one. This is probably one of the best of the fake ones. I will give it that. It's just... it's not great, like, but it's not absolutely terrible, but I mean, same things. This guy's actually very loose compared to the last minifig we just looked at, Han Solo. So anyways, that's Tobias. This is probably the best out of the fake ones. Let's now take a look at the next two. And here we have the two TIE pilots. Give you a 360 view of them. So as you guys can see right off the bat, the fake one on the right, really kind of a wonky helmet. It's actually not even the same helmet. That's why he's a bit taller, which is kind of interesting. The detailing on the torso is different. The legs are actually relatively accurate, although, you know, it looks like they're missing a line right there. Like, it's just, The printing's just off with the minifigs. Like, the biggest flaw with this set is the minifigs. It's too stiff, like it literally takes the entire head off. The angry clone face actually looks relatively accurate. Like, it looks like they did not a terrible job at that. But it's just, yeah, you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Like, it's just, now the helmet doesn't stick completely correct. Like, it's just, oh, these minifigs have a long way to go. I don't think they'll ever get there, but yeah, they are far off. They're not terrible looking. It's just once you compare it against the LEGO one, you can just see how much better the LEGO version looks. Let's now take a look at the last batch of minifigs. And here we have the last two minifigs to compare. So these are the Mimban Stormtroopers, and the one on the left is the real one, the one on the right is the fake. You can just tell, I mean, if you look at the beige printing, like, it's more subtly done on the real minifig. It's a little bit more extreme on the fake one. This is not a terrible figure though. I think they did a decent job. The legs, what's funny, are actually opposite to what's supposed to be real, if you guys can see the printing. And then again, the capes. I do not know what it is about the capes, but on the real minifigs, they look like this, like a little grayer. On the fake ones, they're blue, and they have this weirder feel to them. Like, I don't know, it's just different. I will say that this actually, I take it back, I think this one might be a little bit better than Tobias. Like a little bit more close, but anyways, the heads are actually not terrible for the fake ones, but it's just, yeah. And again, this one as well, I will give this one credit. Like, it's not, I mean, it is stiff, but it's not like crazy stiff. Like, it might be the best minifig of the batch. Like, it almost moves like a Lego man. It's just some things are just wonky. Like, it just doesn't operate correctly. And the printing, as you guys can see, is wrong. Like, they didn't do it. Even the Stormtrooper helmet is like, there's so many little flaws. Like, notice there's these little lines right here. This one doesn't even have that. Anyways, interesting. Those are the minifigs. Let's now get into the drop. All right, well, the stage is set. So what we're going to be actually doing with this is I'm going to be standing on this. It's going to be about 10 feet high. And then I'm going to drop the TIE Fighter. So we're going to do this in slow-mo. Let's see what happens. Well, as you guys can see, it is obliterated. The wings completely were wiped out. I will say this though, the cockpit stayed relatively intact. Let's see if the pilot's still in here. I don't think he got out. Oh yeah, the pilot's all fine. Anyways, actually pretty sturdy. This probably is the best fix that I've ever thrown down that still kind of kept composure. I mean, it did get obliterated, but the cockpit itself is still it's still around. Anyways, that's all I got for you today, guys. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future fake Lego comparisons we do on this channel. As well, let me know if you guys have any suggestions for how you'd like me to destroy this set. He obviously has withstood the drop test somewhat. But yeah, that's all I got again. But thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it, guys. And I'll catch you on the next one.